Alright, just say it already.
You're really starting to despise Nagito, do you? He pushed your buttons there in the funhouse. More than that, you thought I wouldn't see it back then in the final dead room? You really wanted it to happen, did you?
Look, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. What Nagito did in the final dead room was a surprise for me. Such a surprise that I didn't even know what to think for a moment. Risking your life with Russian roulette is definitely not something you can breeze through so easily. But this is Nagito we're talking about. A guy that kept talking about sacrificing himself in the name of hope. And even with his misguided mentality, he would do it on a whim cause that way he wouldn't have to hurt anyone anymore with his bad luck. It is a win-win situation for him, cause if he dies, we wouldn't have to suffer as much. But if he wins, he gets the prizes. Now, things have changed, and I thought I understood him, but now it is just more and more confusing. He really didn't give a shit about anything anymore after that. I was hesitant when he did the Russian roulette, but in the end, I was a bit happy there that maybe he would grant his wish of sacrificing himself. Now, I would have been even more happy if he did die right there, cause he's seen as a bigger threat to us. I always said that killing is wrong, and I don't want it to happen, and I still don't want it to happen. But...
You are thinking of what Gundam said before he got punished.
There is no denying it. We have been forced into this situation. Gundam's intentions were not entirely pure. We are still talking about the death of Nekomaru here, but I do strongly believe that he did sacrifice for us as well. I don't think I can say anything else about it than what I already said before, but again, he will be missed for sure. Both him and Nekomaru, they were both fantastic people. However, despite Gundam's message of never giving up on life, being something very powerful that we should all take it to heart, this also raises a difficult dilemma for me. If I were put in Gundam's situation, would I kill somebody in order for everyone else to survive and thus not give up on life? Even though I know that killing a friend of mine is wrong? Or would I not kill my friend but everyone will die, and I would give up on life, even if in the end I still honor my no murder code? It is no easy choice for me. However, if things are pushed to a limit, killing is an option. It is wrong, but it is not for nothing. If somebody is pushing us to our limit, someone like, say, Junko, then killing her is for the greater good, and thus nobody else would have to suffer like the rest. Same thing with her, same thing with anybody else who would try something like this.
Ah, now you're starting to see the reality of things. That is nice to hear. Like you said, maybe killing is wrong, but you do want everyone to be safe, right? Plus, if everybody died, then there would be nobody left to be in despair, and that would be just boring. You crave for hope. I crave for despair. There is no hope without despair, and there is no despair without hope. But most importantly is that there is no hope and despair without humans.
I guess so. You know, I do have to wonder now. What will the four Dark Devas of Destruction do from now on without their master? I am sure that they're gonna miss Gundam a lot, poor things. Jumpy, Sandy, Megazee, Champy.
Since their master is gone, the Dark Lady should take care of them from now on, right? She definitely wouldn't leave them alone. In the name of the Overlord of Destruction, the Dark Lady shall carry his torch and lead the Devas of Destruction to new victories.
Well, this is new. It legitimately sounds like you care now.
Oh, of course. I too shipped Gundam and Sonya. I think they were cute together.
Yeah, I think that they were nice together, and not without legit reasons. I do believe they had some nice chemistry going on. We know that Sonya has the duty of a princess back home, so she has to hide her emotions in order for her image as a princess to be intact and not disappoint anyone.
And same goes for Gundam. He hides himself behind this overlord persona of his so that he won't get hurt anymore and distance people. Out of everyone, I do believe Sonya would understand his situation a lot more than anybody else.
While everyone else is distancing themselves from him because of how weird he is acting,
Sonya gets closer and closer to him, and that breaks Gundam's guard. Go Gundam and Sonya!
Yeah. This was surely painful for Sonya. This killing game must be getting harder and harder for her to handle after all that has happened.
Well, maybe with this she will become more powerful. You know, have the fighting spirit, carry Gundam's torch and all that. People get desensitized after a lot of murders.
Not quite. Even I, after dealing with so much murdering up until now, it is still difficult to see it happen. Especially when it comes to people we know. It is painful, surely. And, well, that is what makes us human. If we get desensitized too much, we would turn out like Nagito, not really give too much shit and just move on. As long as there still are people who fight for hope, for him, death of a person means nothing. If we're talking about, say, a detective solving the case of a murdered person he didn't even know, that is a completely different story, but here, we're talking about Sonya. Like, the sweetest, kindest girl I think I've ever met. In this killing game, a person like her will most likely have breaking points, even if she will have her stronger moments. She needs support. And I want her to survive this like everyone else. If she dies, then I would feel god-awful. Like, indubitably.
Sweetest, kindest. You sound like you like her.
Don't misunderstand here, Bob. Unless, what, you're gonna tell me that if she dies, I would feel like the most despair cause she is the person I had a deep relationship with and almost had sex with before the memory wipe, like it said at the end of chapter 3? Anyway, so same goes for Akane. She cared for Nekomaru a lot, even if she didn't realize it, and she has to carry on for Nekomaru in this killing game and survive. This has to end at some point.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure when the countdown reaches 0, it will be the end of this trip.
You think so? Do you know if... Well, actually, scratch that. Even if you knew, you wouldn't even tell me, since it is written in the contract that you're not allowed to say anything.
Whoopity-doo! I cannot help you.
Well, anyway, I guess it is time for me to go back to Hajime's cottage. After having to stay in that cramming room, it is nice to have a normal bed after all this time.
I do have one thing in mind that I wanna ask.
What? Do you wanna create like some sort of Gundam and Sonya fan club or something?
No. Although that would be sweet, but I do have to ask. Where do you sleep?
Hmm?
I mean, you and Hajime stay in the same cottage, and there is one bed. Where do you sleep?